So you want to become the best version of yourself and you don't know where to start, you have clicked on the right video. I have been working on myself the past 4 years now, so I definitely know a bit about becoming your best self. And I just want to preface by saying that I'm not saying you're not perfect as you are right now. You're fine just as you are, but as we know, change is a constant. Change is always happening, and I would rather it be good change than bad change. I would rather be up-leveling and improving all the time rather than going backwards and experiencing bad change. I'm going to be focusing on how I can improve myself by including the habits and routines of my future self in my current routine so that I can constantly be improving and up-leveling and experiencing good change. The external world is a reflection of our internal world, so it all starts from within. So I like to think that internally I'm doing amazing things that are helping me become my best self so that I can manifest and live an amazing life, so that my quality of life can improve, so that the circumstances and situations and experiences that I find myself in can be nothing but good. I am doing the internal work to make sure my external life is top notch. So that's why I'm becoming the best version of myself, and also to achieve all of my crazy goals for the future. If you don't know, I'm 20 years old, and since the age of 16 I have been focusing on achieving all of my goals. I want to become a millionaire by my late 20s. I want to be financially free. I want to travel the world. I want to experience so many things. I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to be a content creator with 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers, and yeah, a lot more. There's a lot of goals that are up here, so I'm constantly working on becoming my best self so that I can manifest all of those goals in. So you clicked on the right video if you guys are in the same boat. Let's just get into it. I personally believe that everything happens for a reason, and even bad things that happen are actually for a good reason. For example, I was trying to manifest being really happy, being really peaceful, and the person I was with at the time was not making me happy and was not making me feel peaceful. So the universe was like, he's got to go. And I just could not let go. I was like, no. So the breakup got very messy and a lot of things happened, but that taught me self-worth and confidence. And long story short, he left, but it was for my greater good, and I was so much happier afterwards, and I was able to manifest so many things because the universe knew I just couldn't live my dream life with him in it, and he just had to go. And so many things like that can happen, and on the surface level it may seem bad. I don't see it as bad now. I see it as thank God. I'm extremely grateful for everything that happened then, because now I'm living such a better life. I've up-leveled because good change has happened, and I'm so grateful for that. So that's an example that I use to think about change is always happening. I'd rather it be good change, and I'd rather be up-leveling and improving constantly. So step number 1 that I would say is the best starting point to becoming your best self is journaling. And I speak about journaling so much, and you may hate it, but please can you give it a chance? Please give it a chance. And I have a very specific way of journaling. I'm not saying go home and write like 10 pages about your day. No, I'm saying journaling. Like, go search up journaling prompts on YouTube and write the question down and just write what comes to mind. It could be 1 word, it could be 10 pages. It's a way to get to know yourself that I don't think any other tactic would give you. Like, journaling is the #1 best way to become so aware of your internal mind, soul, body, everything. So when you're journaling, I just want you to have a bit of a reflection on your life. Things that have happened in the external world, how your external life is looking, and also what your habits and routines are, and also what your thought process is like. What's your mindset like? If something was to happen, what do you jump to? What conclusion do you make? Is it, oh my god, bad things are always happening to me? Or is it, I'm going to trust the universe, everything happens for a reason? Because that thought process is going to tell us a lot about what you're manifesting in and if you're being your best self or not. So after you write down your habits and your routines and reflect on your external and internal life, I then want you to write all your goals down. Now, if you don't have a set of goals, first of all, I'd like you to write one, but I know that that is easier said than done, and I know a lot of people do struggle with setting goals because they just don't know what they want to do. And that's okay. You don't need to know what you want to do in order to have a few goals, okay? I think of goals as a to-do list. It's a fun little bucket list that I have, and I just write down amazing things that I would love to experience. A really good journaling prompt is actually, in the next 5 years, what could be the best thing that could happen to you? And I don't want you to water that down. I need you to dream big. Like, please dream big. It can't be something little. It's the best thing that could happen to you. Like, if a genie came up to you and was like, you can wish for one thing. There is no rules, there is no limitations, just wish for one thing. What is that one thing gonna be? That's what your answer is to that question, and then you're going to put that on your goal list. That's on your to-do list, that's on your bucket list. You need to get that done. One of mine was to have a documentary about myself. That's crazy to me. Like, I'm like, whoa, that's a big deal, because so many other things before that would have to happen for that to come true. But I was like, yeah, I would love that. I would love that, actually. So that's on my goal list. And I just want you to be unrealistic for once. Like, please write down anything that just makes you feel a little bit of happiness. Like, oh yeah, living in Australia for 6 months sounds pretty damn good to me. That's on my bucket list. That's on my goal list, yeah. I'm gonna think of some other things that are on my goal list just to give you some examples. It could be really simple, like buy myself a camera for my YouTube channel. You know, that's simple, but that can absolutely be on the goal list. Try to think of unrealistic goals and realistic goals. So a realistic goal might be to move out in the next few years, or an unrealistic goal might be in a movie. Go to Hollywood and be in a movie. Have your name in a star on the floor. Like, just be a little bit crazy. Think of something that would be kind of cool if it was to happen to you, and just write it down, because it's only in your journal. No one's going to see it, no one's going to judge. It's just a bit of fun. So you've got your habits and routines in your current life, your external and your internal life. Then you've got your goals for the future. Realistic, unrealistic, whatever you fancy. It's your to-do list, it's your bucket list, your goal list. It can have as many things as you'd like in it. We are then going to look and see if your habits and routines in your current life are going to get you to your goals. Let's just have a little example, shall we? If one of my current habits I have is eating a full bar of chocolate every single night, and I want to be a 25-year-old baddie in a Porsche with a gorgeous body and glowing skin, and I know that chocolate breaks my skin out, do we think the habit is gonna get me to that goal? I'm gonna say no, and I hope you guys are agreeing with me. So the chocolate every single night probably is gonna have to go. It's probably gonna have to go. But that leads us on to step number 2. This is where we're gonna decide what habits and routines we're gonna add to our life and what habits and routines we need to take away. So for example, the chocolate, I'm gonna say maybe we try a week no chocolate, or maybe we don't buy any of the big chocolate bars at the shop because I just get too tempted, and then we just see how we do after that. When we take away a habit, it's a good idea to add a habit in that balances it out. So I could say I'm going to do some baking and bake myself like a healthy protein brownie or something, like a healthy snack to replace the chocolate that I was eating, just so that I feel in balance and I don't feel like I'm going cold turkey, you know, because we want to be successful and we want to create sustainable habits. So that's my step 2. I'm gonna figure out what habits and routines I want to keep in my life and what habits and routines I want to add or take away to my life. Step number 3, we are going to have a look at the people around us and the environment that we are in. Do we think the place we are right now is going to get us to our goals? So for example, I'm at uni right now. I'm in student accommodation, and I chose to go to uni because I knew that it would get me to my goals. I'm living in my dream city, which has so many opportunities. I also think my student accommodation is really aesthetic. So right now, I think it's a pretty good filming background, and I knew that I wanted to do content creation. And my rooms at home, guys, they didn't have good filming backgrounds, and I felt like I couldn't start on social media. So I knew coming to uni was going to help me with my content creation. I would feel more motivated and inspired, and I knew I had this background and it was going to help me out so much. So I know that my environment right now is helping me to achieve my goals. So in your journal, do a bit of reflection, do what you need to do. Step number 4 relates a little bit to step number 2 about your habits and routines, but it's just a simple question asking yourself, is this helping future you? So when I leave for uni in the morning and I leave my room a mess, I think, is this helping future me? No. I come home from uni shattered, and when I come home to a messy room, it literally drives me crazy because I'm too tired to clean it, but I cannot sit in the room. And I hate myself for not cleaning it in the morning. So before I go in the morning, I clean my room. Literally just an 8-minute tidy up. It's one of the habits that I have in my routine constantly now. Every day I put a timer on for 8 minutes and I'll just do a quick tidy up. 8 minutes is a short enough time that it doesn't feel like a chore, but it's a big enough time that I can get most of my tidying up done. And then I'm on top of it and I don't have to do a big clean like at the end of the week. My room is tidy pretty much all of the time, except right now because behind this camera it's a mess, but I will be doing the 8-minute tidy up after filming this video. Moving on to step number 5, we have absorbing knowledge. So even if you think you have a really strong mindset, you know so much, I feel like there's always more that we can learn and there's so much more that we can improve on. Even when we think we're amazing, chances are we can improve just a little bit more. We can always up level, and I love that because it means we can always get better, and I will each year be improving so much. How exciting. I absorb knowledge by reading non-fiction, but my favourite way to do it is actually through social media. So watching YouTube videos like the one you're watching right now, I think it's so productive. First of all, I love watching YouTube, but I'm also educating myself. How fun is that? And I do it on TikTok as well. Like, I've reprogrammed my entire For You page to be like wellness tips, money tips, like everything. My TikTok For You page is like, it's honestly educating me. It's crazy. So I use social media to absorb as much knowledge as possible. And I just think by absorbing knowledge, it means that I'm always growing, so then I can always pass on more knowledge to you guys. So for me, it's helping my future self because this is my job. And I just love having a good mindset because remember, we manifest from within. And I'm constantly working on getting rid of those limiting beliefs in my subconscious mind. So that's step number 5, and it's all about improving your mindset because we want to work on the internal so that our external matches those standards. Step number 6 is the final step in this video, guys, and that is to say your affirmations and believe and visualize. It's a little bit like manifesting, but I think of it as stepping into this new person. So you already are the best version of yourself right now, but like I say, we can always improve. And I like to think every morning I'm stepping into my best self. I'm going to make the best decisions today. I'm going to have my best mindset. I'm going to have the best outlook on life. I'm going to be so positive, and only the best things will happen to me then. I experience amazing opportunities and amazing blessings and amazing miracles, and I will say these things to the mirror, to myself when I wake up in the morning, before I go to bed, and these affirmations just help you reaffirm everything that you want to believe and everything that you want to be. Also, in your journal, you can write down like a scripting in the present tense, but about your future self. So I would say, I'm 25 years old and I've just bought my first Porsche because my content creation blew up and I got 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So yeah, that's scripting. So you could do some scripting in your journal. I love to visualize as well, especially in the morning and in the night. I will do a little 10-minute visualization meditation and I will just see myself as this amazing woman who knows so much. She has the best energy. She radiates confidence. She makes amazing decisions. She's a businesswoman with so much money and so much to show for it. And everybody loves her, and yeah, I could go on for ages. I have this vision of this woman in the back of my mind and I feel like I am her, even though I'm not necessarily seeing myself in my mind. But because I constantly visualize, constantly reaffirm that I am stepping into her shoes, I see myself as that. So now my confidence and the way that I view my life is like, whoo, it's like up here. Like, I feel amazing because I see myself as amazing, because I see myself as this woman. Because if that's going to be me in the future, then I'm already her now. Everything already exists. So she already exists, which means I already am her, which means we are already the best versions of ourselves. And if I wake up every day and I choose to do the best things for me, to look after myself and to feel my best, and I do amazing habits and routines, I'm constantly working on myself, then you can't tell me I'm not my best self, right? And that feels amazing. I'm walking around in this world and I know I've got my back. And I am making sure I achieve all the goals that I want to achieve because I am my best self. And that is honestly, it's an unbeatable feeling, guys. Please tell me in the comments if you do any of these 6 steps and tell me how you feel after like 3 months of staying consistent doing these 6 steps. You will be actively being your best self every single day by doing the steps to become your best self. You already are your best self. Like, it's so hard to explain, but every day, like, I'm doing my training course and I'm doing like all these different things to make myself become what I aspire to be, but that means that I already am that, right? Like, I'm filming YouTube videos to become a successful content creator. I'm already a successful content creator because I'm consistently making videos. So I already feel like my best self. It's honestly, it makes me so happy, and yeah, I'm so grateful that you guys clicked on this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know if any of this helped you guys out. Please like and subscribe, it helps me so much, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!